Welcome to day 2 of the Kerrville Folk Festival Grassy Hill New Folk Singer-Songwriter Competition. I am delighted that we are making this so very difficult for our 5 judges. Scott Cook, Drew Kennedy, Vance Gilbert, Mary Bragg, and Susan Werner. We will be announcing the 6 winners tonight at Main Stage between the 2nd and 3rd sets. So be sure you're down there for that. And it's a great night of music down there. 3 of our new folk judges are appearing tonight. So please come on down and hear who the 6 winners are. With this, I'm going to turn it over to John Flynn, our MC, and ask that you give him and all our new folk a very warm welcome.
Hi, everybody. You guys having a good time? Now, they told me I was talking too loud yesterday. I don't want to talk too loud. Is it? I'll keep it down. Yes, sir. This is not my first rodeo when it comes to emceeing an emerging artist deal. One time the Folk Alliance had me do that, and a fellow named Gene Shea, a beloved nationally renowned disc jockey, he picked me to run this thing, and I said, Gene, that's such an honor to get to run the Emerging Artist Showcase, and he said, well, John, nobody's been emerging longer than you have, so I know what it's like, So we're going to get rolling here in just a second. I want to make sure everybody is plugged in and gets to jump off real strong. And I would just mention that I was looking through the program, and that guitar that they're raffling off is really cool looking. They got an Epiphone. It's up at the Foundation booth, and it's got beautiful artwork on it by Jolene Franklin. And it's just gorgeous. It's just got the buffalo and the wildflowers, and so I'm going to definitely be taking one of them myself. But as much as I'd like to win, I think you should all support the festival and go get yourself a raffle ticket. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay. Everybody from Lafayette, Louisiana, raised on the central coast of California and currently living in Lafayette, Elise Leavy has been writing songs since she was 8 years old. She graduated from the New England Conservatory of Music at age 19 and released her first studio record last August. Please welcome Elise Leavy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I spent the past 2 months imagining what I was going to say in this moment. And I think it's all gone to shit in the last second. And I really feel like I'm totally blown away by what a welcoming community this is. And I feel like my life is already completely changed by this experience. So thanks for having me. Okay. This song is about Cajun boys. If it was up to me to say, we would love another day and leave this one for talking. It ain't up to me to say, and if I'd known you were this way, I might have started walking away. Now we're here and it's me that you should love. It's me that you should love. It's me. sit there and do something else. Now we're here and it's me that you should love. It's me that you should love. It's me. And that means all of me. All of me. Now we're here and it's me that you should love. It's me that you should love. It's me. That means all of me. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm shaking like a leaf up here. Thank you. I feel so immensely supported by this whole everyone here. It's really amazing. It's amazing how many shows you play where that doesn't feel that way. It feels like you're like having a I don't know, almost like a competition with the audience, like who wins. It doesn't at all feel that way here. I wrote this next song on Father's Day of this past year, about a year ago almost. And I wrote it, well, my parents split up when I was very young, and my mom and my stepdad is actually a folk musician, and he's a big part of why I'm here today, and I'm very grateful for his presence in my life. And they've been together since I was 5. I'm 25 now, and they just split up about a year ago. And it was really sad. I'm very emotional today already, so this is just really pulling my heartstrings. But I wrote this song, I was thinking about my grandfather who passed away about 6 years ago, and my dad, who's also a very important supportive person in my life, and my stepdad. And I was thinking about how loving people changes as circumstances change. And when you lose a loved one or your relationship to them changes, you have to learn to love them in a new way. It's called I'm Still Learning. is it so hard to tell the truth? When it comes to love, I wish I knew how to be moved, and how to move you, and how to make somebody feel they're not alone, and it's for real. Somehow that's the hardest thing, and I'm still learning. What makes someone leave this world too soon? It scares me, 'cause there's no rhyme or reason to how it happens, or why I only wanted you to see the ways that you're like me, and the ways I've lived and loved my dreams, and that I'm still learning. I want to write a song for you who have loved me, and if I had the words to do you justice, I would tell you what you mean to me, and all the ways I'm sorry. Love is still the hardest thing, and I'm still learning. Love is still the hardest thing, and I'm still learning. Thank you.
Elise Leavy, everybody. So I had a great time last night. I thought it was a great show up on the Kennedy stage, man. And, I mean, I don't mean me. I mean, but I was okay too, But once, I guess, and this is another thing that's real important. Make sure you're forcing the water today, because I didn't really do that. I drank every time I go back. I'd have a little sip or two, but you got to drink way more than you think you need, because it'll catch up with you. So make sure you stay hydrated. But anyway, once I got done the MC gig and I did my set on the main stage, I got to just sit back in the cool breeze and have a cold beverage and listen to the music and kind of be in this cherished community here. And I woke up thinking about it this morning, and the words of the prophet Jeremiah were in my head. In this place of which you say it is a waste shall be heard the voices of gladness, the voices of mirth, and the voices of singing. And that just seemed to encompass what I'm experiencing this weekend. All right. Next up, we have from Freeburg, Illinois. John Dennis comes to Kerrville by way of Nashville, Tennessee. His 3 full-length albums have earned him inclusion in publications ranging from American Songwriter to No Depression. Dennis is known for intimate, clear-hearted songs which are as honest as they are kind. John Dennis, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. It's a huge honor to be here. This is my first time down at Kerrville. Thank you. I've been dreaming about it for a while. It was about 20 degrees cooler in my dreams, but I'm still happy to be here. But I thought it would be fitting. I'm going to open with a song I wrote kind of about being an introvert in an extroverted culture and an extroverted industry, and sort of that feeling of being the shy kid in the song circle that's surrounded by these incredible writers who also just have that gift of confidence and assertiveness to go out and do something with it. And so I just, here at New Folk, of course, I'm surrounded by just extraordinary artists, many of whom are still to come. And I'm surrounded by just an endless history of legends. And I just want to say sincerely, thank you so much for including me here and welcoming me home. It's a really sincere honor to be here, so thank you so much. Don't take it lightly. I'm John, and this is The Space Between. Oh, it feels like it's been raining since the day I landed here, with a guitar on my shoulder and a stomach full of fear. They told me back in Freeburg, kid, that's where you're meant to be. But these streets are full of singers way more confident than me. So I lie awake and waiting for my legend to unfold, imprisoned by the wisdom that fortune favors the bold. When to me my dreams are whispered and my thoughts italicized, and it's hard to tell the difference between soaring and suicide. And so I hide in cautious silence, trying to find the right refrain, the words to give me strength enough to stand. When all the while the hourglass that I am trapped in ticks away, as my hope gets slowly swallowed by the sand. In the space between who I wanna be and who I am. And so I dress myself in modesty like some hand-me-down velour, for carved into my family trees don't shine until you're sure. When I know there must be more to me than a martyr or cliche, whose unassuming tombstone reads, tomorrow's a new day. And would I rise above my worry, take my courage off the shelf? It's so hard to be somebody when you barely know yourself. Some days I am a castaway, enslaved without a choice. And sometimes I am a lion who's afraid of his own voice. And so I hide in cautious silence, trying to find the right refrain, the words to make me sure enough to stand. When all the while the hourglass that I am trapped in ticks away, as my hope gets slowly swallowed by the sand. In the space between who I wanna be, there's so much space between who I wanna be and who I am. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So for my second song, I'm going to sing a song I wrote for my Aunt Clara. I grew up in the farm towns of Southern Illinois, and I'd hear all these stories growing up about this vibrant light Clara was in my family. She taught my brothers how to ride bikes and practically raised my mom and her sisters. But by the time I came along, Clara was well into her 90s, and dementia and time had set in. And my mom would take me out to the nursing home to see her every couple weeks, and we'd sit there, and she wouldn't remember who we were, and we'd have the same conversations over and over. And I was young, and I struggled to kind of reconcile the Clara in front of me with this Clara of myth. And I just didn't quite understand or appreciate why we did it. But it took me a lot of years to get to a place to realize what a beautiful thing it was my mom would keep her as a part of my family and a part of our family, because she never stopped being Clara, no matter what time had to say about it. And so I wrote this song for her and for my mom, who is watching on the live stream now. And hey, Mom, I even put on a button-down shirt since I knew she'd be watching. But seriously, it's a song for both of them, and also a song for all the Claras in our lives, because we all have those lights, and they never stop being those lights, no matter what time has to say about it. So thank you all so much for having me. Oh, Clarabelle, I'm here. The nurses told me where to find you. They said it's almost supper and dessert is tapioca. Oh, they know that it's your favorite. Ain't it nice that they remember? Clara, some things never change. Oh, and Clara, I'm sorry. It's been so long since I seen you. We've been busy with the baby. Oh, I wish that I could bring him when he was born upon your birthday. You said there's your $1 million. Funny, some things never change. And I long for you to hear me, so I speak real loud and slowly, as I dream that I'll walk in someday, and once again you'll know me. But I wonder at the window if you know your own reflection, for in a matter of mere minutes we repeat the conversation. You are in and out of focus. I am just your diagnosis these days. Oh, but Clara, I see through it to the days when you were vibrant, when the sun cast down its rays unto you dancing on the pavement. Or the time you crashed your bike, 'cause you'd forgotten how to stop it. But you got up and you were laughing, even though you'd torn your stockings, and you never could have children. Oh, I know it broke your heart, but what little cash you had you tucked away in homemade birthday cards. No, you never were a mother, and yet to all of us you are Clara. Some things never change, and I long for you to hear me, so I try to visit weekly, even just to sit in silence when they tell me you are sleeping. And no, I struggle when you ask me if I've come to take you home. But even though it hurts me when it feels like you forget me, I think it must be mercy that you still believe you got here yesterday. Oh, and Clara, I'm honest when you ask your favorite question. Sometimes 6 or 7 times. Is my little house still standing? Though I know they tore it down, I say it was last time I saw it, 'cause I've never had the heart to take your street and look upon it. 'Cause I want so bad to hold on to these memories of you as I help you with your chair and I leave you in the sitting room. So no matter what might happen, I know somewhere you're still standing. Clara, some things never change. And even though you won't remember, I kiss you on the forehead and whisper, some things never change. Thank you so much.
John Dennis, everybody. All right. So we want to remind you to take advantage of so many wonderful workshops here at the festival. There's going to be a songwriting school, traditionally there is, taught by Steve Seskin, Scott Cook, Mary Bragg, and Vance Gilbert. That starts tomorrow and runs for 4 days, and I believe you can still get in, but I wouldn't sit on that because spaces are filling up. Also a harmonica workshop taught by Buddy Green, Nick Clark, Rob Roy Parnell, and Michael DeEath. And that is tomorrow as well. That runs for 3 days. And a guitar workshop taught by Janet Feld.
Yeah, not bad.
2-day class starting May 27th. Guitar Badassery Starter Kit.
Can I have a little bit more
And a
guitar?
2-day class starting on the 29th called Making Friends with Bar Chords. So somebody took me aside and they said, you know,
Yeah, that's
you
good.
got to tell some jokes up there. You got to tell some really, groaners up there. And I'm not really good at that. You can probably tell. You know, I'm a kind of a clumsy person verbally. But anyway, I found this one this morning. I thought it was kind of good.
A little bit.
It's how many singer-songwriters does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. You hold the light bulb over our heads, and the world revolves around us. So,
She's really good.
Yeah. Good?
She's still important.
that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's fine.
You guys cool?
Yeah.
All right. Canadian Folk Music Award winner Geneviève Racette has captivated listeners with her highly praised bilingual catalog. With 3+ million streams on Spotify, a hit track with Clay and Color, and recognition from the North American music industry, her talent is undeniable. Through her vulnerable lyricism and ethereal vocals, Genevieve has emerged as a rising star in both French and English-speaking music scenes, headlining hundreds of shows across Canada and throughout the United States. Please welcome Geneviève Racette.
Hey. Hi. How are you guys? Good. So my name is Geneviève Racette. It's okay if you mispronounced it. Everybody does here. I still love you. It's okay. Geneviève Racette, and this is my friend Judith Little. Yeah, give her a hand. We are from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and it's my first time in Texas, and we are having such a good time. We went swimming in the Guadalupe River yesterday. That was dope. I bought a cool hat. She bought a cool hat. She got the white one, I got the black one. It's just, we're really having a blast. So thank you so much for inviting us. I believe we are the only Canadians in the competition, but I'm 100% sure that we're the only French Canadian in the competition, that's for sure. So I couldn't come all the way to Texas without performing a song in my mother tongue, French. So if you will allow me, I would love to show you a little bit of my culture here. Yeah. So this song is called Sans Toi. Does anybody speak French? Okay, we got a couple hands. Sans Toi means without you. And this song is, it's a bit of a sad song about missing someone that you still love, and trying to find a little piece of that person in other people's arms. Sans toi. Sans toi, quand j'ouvre les paupières, il ne fait plus jamais soleil. Je fonce dans un mur de pierre et je recommence la veille. Sans toi, qui pourrait revenir? C'est un présent sans avenir. Une vie contre nature, un jet de sel sur ma blessure. Je murmure ton prénom dans mes oublis, mes tentations. Je me déçois d'un jour à l'autre, loin des baisers, à moi la faute. Crois-moi. Sans toi, qui a claqué la porte, la chambre est une chambre forte, une cellule où je fais du temps, je me sens vidée de mon sang. Et sans toi, je suis censée faire quoi? Je passe mes jours à ressasser les mêmes souvenirs de joie, les mêmes espoirs insensés. Je les appelle par ton nom, puis je les oublie dès qu'ils s'en vont. Je les déçois l'un après l'autre, aucun baiser ne vaut les nôtres. Crois-moi. Sans toi. Judith Little. Thank you so much. I don't have any CDs or anything that you can bring home because I had to cross the border, and crossing the border with merchandise is tricky, and I didn't want to have any trouble. But I do have some cards with my name on it if you want to remember how to spell it or download. There's a download code on there, so please, if just go grab it. It's free. Just go grab a card if you want. There's my photo on it too, if you want to have a photo on me on your fridge. Before I sing my last song, I just want to say a special thank to Lindsay and Deb for helping us over here. Thank you so much. Thank you. They really went the extra mile for me to feel safe and comfortable, and that is so appreciated because I had no idea what the heck I was getting myself into. So I really appreciated that. So only 2 songs together, you and I today. I hope you got to know me a little bit through that. You will definitely with this next one because it is basically a list of all my deepest, darkest insecurities. So really opening up here today. It's called Same Old Me. wish I was more easygoing, not so uptight, more fun, less boring. I wanna go out without worrying about everything. Did I sound stupid? Did I stutter? Maybe my English could be better. I wanna speak without my voice echoing back at me. I always thought it would magically happen one day, but nothing has changed, and there's 32 candles on my cake. So can you tell me, how long's it gonna be? A brand new year with the same old me. How many times on Friday evenings have I changed my outfit before leaving? I wanna wear what I like without feeling insecure. I look at my friends and see perfection, but I still avoid my own reflection. I wanna sit down without hiding my stomach with my purse. I always thought it would magically happen one day, but nothing has changed, and there's 32 candles on my cake. So can you tell me, how long's it gonna be? A brand new year with the same old me. Is everyone playing a game? Does anyone else feel the same? 'Cause I always thought it would magically happen one day, but nothing has changed, and I keep adding candles on my cake. So can you tell me, how long's it gonna be? A brand new year with the same old me. The same old me. The same old me.
Thank you so much. Robin's coming up next. He's going to blow your minds. Thank you.
Geneviève Racette. Geneviève Racette. Somebody backstage said, "Did you have a senior moment?" I said, "At 67, you don't have senior moments. You have occasional junior moments, flashes of clarity that go by very quickly." Anyway, I'm so amazed and impressed by how polished these performers are. You don't see any of the butterflies that I would have been feeling when I was, kind of at that end of the career, and I had stage fright a lot back in those days, and what cured me of it, I was telling somebody, is I once sang at Veterans Stadium for the Philadelphia Phillies. I did Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and I was booed by 60,000 people. Absolutely true story. Word had gotten out that someone else more famouser was going to perform, and so when they introduced me, the crowd started to boo. And so I'm singing, and they got like a 5-story Fanavision television set up there, and I'm looking up and I'm seeing what your face looks like when you're booed by 60,000 people. So, you know, I soldier through it. I do my best. I sell the song, you know, and I get done, and something inside me just goes nuts, and I yell, "One more time!" And I sang it twice. I did. You ready, man? All right. Robin Bienemann, ladies and gentlemen, is a proud lifelong Chicagoan, where he has spent a lot of time in tall buildings. This helps him appreciate the vast scale of human imagination. Robin finds inspiration in extinct animals, illustrated recipe books, and shapes on stained sidewalks. Please say hi to Robin Bienemann.
Thank you. Well, anybody knows me knows that I write a lot of love songs, and I've got 2 love songs to play for you. This first one is about a friend of mine named Polly, and you may know that the word Polly in classic Greek means many, and it just so happens that my friend Polly is somebody who has many, many good friends. In fact, her love is so expansive it cannot be contained in one vessel, if you know what I mean. Polly keeps her lovers on her phone to remember how they sound when she's traveling home all alone. She records them on her voice memo or her camera. She's got a lot of lovers. She's polyamorous. Not a SLUT just because she hasn't got a policy of exclusivity. Before you say, shame on Polly, shame on us. So she's got a lot of lovers. She's polyamorous. Now raise your hand if you believe that Polly doesn't need to tie monogamy with happiness. Good, it's unanimous, cause Polly doesn't buy it. She's unapologetically polyamorous. Well, Polly gets to live however Polly chooses. One lover pays the bills and another one amuses her. She's not less moral, she's more or less just got a lot of lovers. She's polyamorous. She'll find some dude someday with whom she'll want to tie the knot. What I know about Polly, it's possible, but probably not. A cracker with some caviar, and then she'll go to dim sum with the different gentlemen. Well, Polly's not a damsel in distress, she's just got a lot of lovers. She's polyamorous. Well, as I said, my two songs are both love songs. This one's more on, this is on the subject of familial love, and sometimes you're born with a family. Other times you have to choose your family in your life, and that's what this song's about. When the axe came down, it missed by just 1 inch. Now when I'm no longer around, I guess you'll still be living there behind my fence. And as a bird, you failed every test that we put you through. You can't sing, you can't fly, but as an ostrich farmer, I'm a failure too. 'Cause when the axe came down, it hit the chopping block real hard. Now you with your long neck spend the next 50 years of living in my yard. Ostrich steaks, you should try. Ostrich eggs, you can fry 'em up with ostrich sausages. Well, an ostrich makes a terrible pet, but this one's time has not come yet. And when it does, I'll bet it's from natural causes. Shed. It's time for me to die. Soon I will be in heaven instead of alive. Fetch my pen and my papers to divide my property. I got this house on 13 acres, but I got no human family. And when the axe came down, well, it missed your wrinkly neck. And now as sure as my mind is sound, you will inherit this farm upon my death. And as a bird, you failed every test that we put you through. You're not cute, you're not smart, but as an ostrich farmer, I'm a failure too.
Robin Bienemann. So we're going to have one more writer come out, then we're going to have a little intermission, and we're going to pick it up after about a 15-minute break. When we last saw our hero, he was stranded on the dugout roof at Veterans Stadium. He was singing the song the second time, and that was apparently irritating the 60,000. Security had to get me off the dugout roof. And they took me into the tunnel that went back to the clubhouse. It was like a near-death experience. You know, you go into the long tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, there's a light bulb and an elderly, a black gentleman that looks like Morgan Freeman sitting in a golf cart, but bigger. And his name was Dick Allen. And Dick Allen was a hero of mine when I was a little boy. A great, great baseball player and one of the very first kind of outspoken athletes of his generation. And was often booed even for performing at the highest level in the sport. And for the exact moment to meet at that moment in history, when the adrenaline was just starting to seep into my limbs and I'm starting to vibrate, Dick Allen reaches out that big hand, he takes my hand, and he says, "John, where I come from, that's called a standing ovation." Stephanie Sammons. That's right. Stephanie Sammons is a singer-songwriter from Dallas, Texas. Her first full-length album, Time and Evolution, debuted on May 3rd. Please welcome Stephanie Sammons.
Thank you so much. Thank you, John. So I actually grew up in Plano, Texas, a little ways up the road there. Yeah. Wildcats. And went to the First Baptist Church, downtown Dallas. Grew up in the church. Very religious family. And I came out of the closet unexpectedly to my parents in my late 20s, even though I had already been out, and I guess I thought I was hiding it pretty well, but apparently not. And I was so unprepared for that. I was scared to death. I had gone home to visit them, and we were sitting at the dinner table, and my dad just asked the question. And so I did what a good Southern Baptist gal was supposed to do, and I told the truth. And that led to a decade of really and truly despair, and that rejection just took me a long time to move through and learn how to hold my head up high again. So ironically, you know, we have done some healing over the years. We have a good relationship, but we've never talked about that. And as I was thinking about what I was going to say today, that's why it came out in a song, because we never had a discussion about all the things that were said and done during that time. So I'm going to play it for you. It's called Billboard Sign. I thought family was a house made of stone, until the wind blew away all I had known. I told the truth to be set free. It knocked the breath right out of me. Mama said she'll never understand. I still hadn't met the right man. Daddy said, don't bother coming home unless you plan to come alone. I keep driving by that billboard sign on I-75. It says Jesus saves, right there in black and white. Does it really matter who is right? Spent my youth sitting in the front church pew, to hear a Southern Baptist preacher's great good news. The last I heard, he'd fallen from grace. The affairs and alcohol became his faith. There I was, praying for my salvation, a castaway from my abominations. Even though I've always been the same, the color of my eyes will never change. I keep driving by that billboard sign on I-75. It says Jesus saves, right there in black and white. Does it really matter who is right? I thank God for the morning dove. Blood isn't always thicker than love. I thank God for time and evolution, and for a softened heart of resolution. Thank you. Boy, this sure is a loving place. I love the welcome home, yes. Someone just said that. So, I really struggle with this concept of the unequal and uneven distribution of suffering and all of the unfairness about that. It really is a mystery to me. And it has made me, amongst other things, question my faith. What is my faith? What do I believe in? Who do I believe in? And I wish it could be different. But what I decided to do was put all these things into a song. I'm also curious about how does generational trauma come into play with the amount or the level of suffering that we have in our lives as human beings. So I wrote a song about it. It's called Faithless. An old friend from my high school. She left 2 grown kids and a dog behind. I guess life got the best of her last June. From the looks of it, I thought she was doing fine. If the guardian angels aren't here to save us, will the gates of heaven open wide? and dark places? Are we soldiers falling down one by one? Or am I faithless? My little sister is tough down to the bone, fighting from the trenches all her life. Looking back now, I guess I should have known that her living hell was right there in her eyes. If the guardian angels are here to save us, will the gates of heaven open wide for everyone? There are demons and dark places. Are we soldiers falling down one by one? Or am I faithless? Is there another chance in another life to outrun this fateful shadow by my side? Maybe all my generations left a patchwork inside of the lessons I have learned and the blessings in disguise of the guardian angels aren't here to save us. Will the gates of heaven open wide to everyone? There are demons and dark places. Are we soldiers falling down one by one? Or am I faithless? Am I faithless? Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Stephanie Sammons, please. Let's have a hand for Elise Leavy, John Dennis, Geneviève Racette, Robin Bienemann, and Stephanie Sammons. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, everybody, welcome back. Please come on in and get settled so we can bring out our next amazing writer. And they are all incredible. I wanted to announce that the Club 7 concert, so this was just explained to me, and you guys probably understand all this a little bit better than I do, but out of all the writers that you're seeing, all the songs that you're hearing, 6 of these contestants will be picked as quote-unquote winners. And I'm doing the quote-unquote because my little grandson, he calls this the rock and roll bunny sign. So there's going to be 6 quote-unquote winners, which officially makes the others quote-unquote losers. And I just found out last night that some of the losers of this competition include Steve Earle, Lyle Lovett, Sean Colvin. So, I mean, this is auspicious company to be in. There ain't no losers going on this stage this weekend. Oh, yeah. So anyway, the Club 7 concert, the best of the new folk losers at Camp Cuisine, Thursday night after the Threadgill show. I got you? All right. From Nashville, Tennessee, we're going to bring out Alex Wong. Alex Wong is a Latin Grammy-nominated artist and producer who makes music to empower marginalized voices to take up space in the world. His music has appeared in The Last Song, True Blood, and Aquafina. He's performed at Coachella and NPR's Mountain Stage and was a Kerrville finalist in 2020. Please say hello to Alex Wong.
The last time I was fortunate enough to be participating in Kerrville and New Folk, it was on Zoom. This is different. I prefer it. I am so honored to be here. Thank you so much for welcoming me and my family. And I'm also grateful to be here today in May. It's actually Asian American Heritage Month. Thank you. Yes, the 3 of us, thank you. I'm just messing with you, Kerrville. Y'all can unpack that later. Well, this is an American song about an American story. I remember the sound, brothers gathered around. They were speaking the mother tongue. I remember your clothes, orange and gold, incandescent glow of a mother's love. I remember the taste in my mouth, all the questions and doubts when you went away. Now the shape of the words, forgotten and blurred, now they're too hard to say. I don't speak the language, I can't read the signs, I can't hear the voices that whisper inside your mind, and all of your stories stuck in my bloodstream, lost in translation. second generation. I remember the call, running down the hall, wondering why I was the chosen one. I remember the sight, red on the white, that showed me what you'd done. Everybody's a nation, fighting off an invasion, guarding their borders from foreign lands. Well, maybe you told me in the words of the old country that I'll never understand, 'cause I don't speak the language. I can't read the signs, I can't hear the voices that whisper inside your mind, and all of your stories stuck in my bloodstream, lost in translation. Second generation. Oh, the memories hit me like a drum. Oh, the questions are forming on my tongue. Where are you really from? All of your stories stuck in my bloodstream, lost in translation. Second generation. Thank you so much. This song is about a really simple message that was... Whoa, hello! That's my bandmate. Song is about a really simple message that was really, really hard to learn. How do you open the door? Pick up the clothes on the floor. Push up the window and let the light spill. If you want to, you will. How do you stand in the sun and live with the things that you've done? How do you start to let go of the guilt? If you want to, you will. You're the only one, you're the only one. It's a wild and precious life. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. You're right. How do you see when it's dark? How do you follow that spark? How do you know that it's guiding you still? If you want to, you will. You're the only one, you're the only one. It's a wild and precious life. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. There is a voice inside telling us time to go, but we only ask advice when we already know. How do you fight for your heart when they tell you it's too late to start? How do you blow up a life that you've built? If you want to, you will. If you want to, you will.
Alex Wong. I want to take just a second and say thanks to our stage crew. Chris and John are doing an amazing job keeping this thing flowing, you know. It had me remembering there was a time I played a county fair, and I was the featured artist in between the antique tractor parade and the annual goat milking contest. This is true. And the guy came up to me, I'm just about to go up on the flatbed and do my set, and he said, "We're all real excited that you're here, Mr. Flynn, but don't sing too many songs because them goats are getting real uncomfortable." It kind of lets you know where you fit into the whole, you know, tapestry of the universe. So I believe that the deal is that the winners will be announced tonight on the main stage between the second and third act. And wowza, you got to be there anyway just because it's such an amazing show tonight. And I have so many friends that I'm anxious to hear and see. And I'll just share on a personal note. I did a songwriting workshop in Guthrie, Oklahoma, last Sunday, a week ago today, and one of our wonderful volunteers was in my workshop, and you'll attest to this. I talked for several minutes about the book Letters to a Young Poet by Rilke, and last night Ray Wiley Hubbard is the only other person I've ever heard speak about Rilke's book Letters to a Young Poet, and I thought, man, I am in the right place. You know, this is like kindred spirit stuff. So. Anyway, are you all set?
I am.
Okay, you're hydrated?
I am.
Okay. Everybody from Bailey's Harbor, Wisconsin, known for smart songs, wry humor, and a wise spirit, Katie Dahl is an internationally touring songwriter, a musical theater writer, and a small-town celebrity on the Wisconsin Peninsula where her family has lived for 175 years. Dar Williams calls Katie's work the very best kind of songwriting. Please say hello to Katie Dahl.
Thank you very much. I am so excited to be here. Like I am tempted. I had a 2-month-long dilemma about whether to play it cool in this moment or admit that I feel so excited, and I've decided to be the latter. I have entered this contest for 17 consecutive years. Thank you. I started when I was 3 years old, and So it's all part of my like 80-year plan to achieve folk megastardom. Another important step on that a few years ago, John mentioned internationally touring. It's a little true. A few years ago, I booked my first international tour, which I was also very excited about, and I went with Hope Dunbar, who many of you in this world will know. And we booked our gigs, and they were over our birthdays. Like, we went the week of both of our birthdays, and that felt auspicious. And so we were excited, and the date that the tour was set to begin was March 14th, 2020. And, I know. So we arrived in Amsterdam and promptly began trying to leave Amsterdam, and that took a while. Fortunately, there are like many treats in the Netherlands. There are stroopwafels and salty black licorice, right, and plenty of beer. So we'd like wash our hands for 10 minutes and then eat a stroopwafel and then call the airline again. So I started writing this song in that week. Learning what I already knew, that I don't get to choose when or how or why or who. Aspens quake and bodies break, and I could too. I could too. I already knew. In and out is all we get to keep. Nose to throat to lung to heart to blood to rosy cheek. Days go by in minutes, the hours last a week. The in and out is all we We all gotta wash in the stream. Not one of us is pure, not one of us is clean. Every one of us is pure, everyone's a holy dream, washed in the stream. There's never been a spring that didn't come. Nothing's ever new beneath the cold winter sun. Hammer, tree, and tap, that sap is gonna run, The spring is gonna come. I'm learning what I already knew, that all the mighty millions are really just the fragile few. Empires shake and bodies break, and I love you, I love you. I already knew. Thank you. So I was listening to Stephanie talk earlier. I too am a Baptist child. My grandpa was a Baptist pastor. My dad was a Baptist pastor. My mom is a retired Baptist seminary professor. I have 3 uncles who are Baptist pastors, one who's a Baptist missionary, one who runs a Baptist church camp, and then there's a lawyer and a masseuse. Oh my God. this is what I was raised in, and when I was little, it felt like straightforward, and it was good, and in Sunday school mainly we learned about Jesus, and then around 6th grade or 7th grade we started learning mainly about romantic entanglements and the ways that you could avoid them, preferably like for your whole life, right? It would be best to just never hold anyone's hand for sure. So I had this, I was not a rebellious child. Don't let the bolo tie fool you. I was a real rule follower, but I had this one rebellion, which is that I had a crush on Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We called him JTT if we were cool, and I wasn't, but I called him that anyway. And so I went to Target and I bought Tiger Beat magazine and Teen Beat magazine. And I got the pinups of JTT and I put them in my locker. And I felt like so bad, and I mean in a good way. And so this was my little avenue for rebellion. And then a really sad thing happened, which is that Leonardo DiCaprio took over Tiger Beat and Teen Beat magazine. They stopped having the JTT pinups, and I lost my source. So I didn't know how to be rebellious anymore, but I went to Titanic to see if perhaps I could shift my allegiance, and so I watched and I watched Leonardo DiCaprio and tried to see if I could do it, and I couldn't. But then there was Kate Winslet, and I could really do it for her. That was easier. So. They didn't have pinups of her in Tiger Beat and Teen Beat, and somehow it seemed worse, according to on the romantic entanglement spectrum. So, thus began an interesting, challenging time of my life, and I wrote. I was not the only queer kid in that youth group, but we didn't know that. We didn't talk about that then, of course. And so this is a song imagining what if just one of us had some grace and space to be with another one of us in a way that could have given us the whatever we needed. A weird thing happened as I wrote the song, which is that all the imagery became Catholic. But I believe I was clear that I was not Catholic. When the Benedict bells ring, do they make you think of me? You and me inside the sacristy, with the wafers and the wine, my blood pumping like the organ, holding Bibles in our hands. You, the Canaan land, forbidden and fine. When I hear the bells of St. Jude, make me think of you and all the pretty birds that flew from your mouth into mine. My swallows almost set to singing, sparrows almost took to wing. But if they knew anything, it's that God's eyes were on them all the time. You said the red velvet played with the quarters, let's take them. We'll build ourselves a house on the hill. We can draw the holy water from our own well. In the hollers and the badlands, in the missionary van, you dressed up in your sunburn, I hid under mine. And in the evenings at the altar, Father taught us how to pray for all the soul sick and the sinners. You grinned at me, you said, that's you and I. You said the red velvet played with the quarters, let's take them. We'll build ourselves a house on the hill. We can draw the water from our own well, when God spoke to Samuel. Do you think it sounded like the Benedict bells? brought the flood. Thought we turned water into blood. I thought we drank a wicked wine. But really you were an apple. And me, I was a dove, eating manna from above. I guess you knew that all the time. You know the red velvet played with the quarters. I took them. I built myself a house on the hill. Now I'm drawing holy water. So won't you come where the bells are ringing? You'll find me here in my house on the hill. And we can draw the holy water, water from our own well, water from our own well, water from our own well. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.
Katie Dahl, everybody. Some of the first couple times I emceed at the Philly Folk Festival, they would send you out on stage with a guitar because you're basically filling in while the band is setting up and they're ringing out the drum kit and tuning the bass, you know, and you're just kind of chewing up some time. So they'd have you like sing a funny song or a sing along. And anyway, one year Chris Christopherson was on the bill, and his daughter Kelly requested that I do a song of mine called Dragon. Now, Dragon is like a long song. It's not a sing-along. It's not funny, but it's Chris Christopherson's daughter. So I went out to the mic, and I'm singing Dragon, and the stage crew is getting very concerned. And finally, the stage manager, a guy named Ken Kissinger, he's going, why isn't Flynn, you know, what's he... Well, how do we get and Ken starts to step out onto the stage, and he tells the story. A hand grabbed me on the shoulder, and then I heard this gravelly, iconic voice in my ear going, "You're not going to try and stop John Flynn from finishing his song, are you?" Ken turned around and said, "No, sir, Mr. Christopherson." You know. Thank you, Chris.
A, B, C, D.
All right, so somebody took pity on me, and they brought me back a how many does it take to change a light bulb joke.
Yeah, maybe just
and so here I'm going to try and present it to you. How many dance instructors does it take to screw in a light bulb? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Get my voice ready. La, la.
We should have gone to the audience for material right from the start, it seems, you know. How we doing, brother?
Ready.
All right. So this guy's from my neck of the woods. Former newspaper reporter Aaron Nathans applies the same vivid storytelling to his songs. He's a leader in the community of songwriters in Philadelphia. He plays solo as well as in the guitar-cello duo Aaron Nathans and Michael G. Ronstadt, who will appear at the Resurgent Philadelphia Folk Festival this summer. Please say hello to Aaron Nathans.
Hello, Kerrville. Hello, hello, hello. It's good to see you. Greetings from the city of brotherly love. Thank you. Dr. Morris Jolson, born in Poland in 1885, died in New Jersey in 1958. And in between, he delivered 20,000 babies, including my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather on the other side of the family, and countless aunts and uncles and cousins. But he was more than an obstetrician. He was the family doctor for our community in Paterson, New Jersey, that existed before I was born. And when you were sick, you didn't say, call the doctor. You said, call Dr. Jolson. So he made house calls, no matter what the weather. And this is the story of one such house call. This is called Dr. Jolson's Bag. Calling Dr. Jolson, the baby's got the flu. We've nursed him with the bottle now, there's nothing we can do. And since outside there's driving snow, we're stuck in here for sure. I almost lost my hope when there's a knock upon the door. He smiles, but he stays bundled up. The coal stove is unlit. He walks up to the cradle and he opens up his kit. And soon the baby's quiet, he's all swaddled in a rag. Whatever magic potion came from Dr. Jolson's bag. We're grateful, Dr. Jolson, for the effort and the time. But I'm sorry to report that we have barely got a dime. We've just arrived in Paterson by Alexander's Falls. You helped us birth this child, though you did not know us at all. He smiles, it's not a problem. I know that you can bake. Don't worry about the money. You can pay me with a cake. The 3-year-old comes toddling out and says he wants a snack. Who'd have known that there was candy inside Dr. Jolson's bag? That's so kind, Dr. Jolson, but my husband can't get hired. We can't afford to heat the stove, much less get the dough to rise. He says that you can take your time, just get that baby well. I was once in your position, and I was grateful for the help. This child is the beginning, our story's just begun. This child is a first-generation Pattersonian. He'll learn to serve his country and his community as well. This child shall share the privileges of Hamilton himself. He takes one last look at the baby and says he has to go. And from my window I can see him disappear into the snow. What's that beneath the ashtray? I see a splash of green. From $1, Mr. Hamilton is staring back at me. And a little vial of medicine is sitting by the crib, with handwritten instructions telling us how much to give. As I shake my head and wonder, and I pat the baby's back, I'm grateful for the blessings inside Dr. Jolson's bag. I'm grateful for the blessings inside Dr. Jolson's bag. Thank you. My Uncle Jerry Nathan's archived that bag for the North Jersey Jewish Historical Society, and on Thursday, at their gala, I got to play that song. They were raising money to have that bag historically preserved. So who says music can't make a difference? This next song. Oh, this next song. I played exactly once before I applied to this festival. Is that a good idea? But, you know, I thought to myself, if I manage to get through in this contest, I will cross that bridge when I get there. I am looking at that bridge. And I got to tell you, it looks good. It looks good. All right. Okay, this song is going to send it out to my friend Jason. And this song is called Transition. I'm going to take a moment to just check the tuning, because that's going to bother me through the whole song if I don't do that. Four. Number 4. Where the sea met the sand, you said, are we still on land? Seagulls danced as we splashed along the foam. Questions swirled in your eyes as we walked against the tide, where no fish could swim and no plant could grow. Girl, the shoreline has no clean division, not when everything is always in transition. 6 p.m. I heard you say, Daddy, is it night or day? As a purple sun faded through the trees. End of day, start of night. When does God turn out the light? And how will I know when that moment comes? Time, love, does not move with such precision. Not when everything is always in transition. It's the start of a cold front, it's the end of a cold. When did you get so grown up? When did I get so old? Yeah, I learned the laws of nature like I read them in a book. Oh, but now you found transitions in a place I never looked. When you cut your hair and changed your name, I smiled and said that's just a phase. But you hung your head and said that isn't true. I always dreamed you'd be a bride, but you felt something else inside. And now I see you wondering if my love is changing too. Please be patient. I'm trying to talk less than listen. My heart and mind are also in transition. Everything is always in transition. Thank you.
Aaron Nathans. So I got another submission from the audience. A man walks into the doctor's office. He's got a banana up his nose. The doctor says, "You're eating it wrong." I'm not, I'm just passing them along to you. I told you we shouldn't have. So, in Nazareth, they did produce from rosewood and from Sitka spruce. A friend of mine who like me seemed both fool and brave enough to dream. Bucking headwinds and the tide of expectations to decide a poet's path could set us free. We went for broke and came to be. Kindred spirits, bound together sometimes by a strap of leather. Roads we shared or deeper things that drew and dared our souls to sing. Back then our faces seemed to shine till flat picks carved and Sharpies signed the names of those who left their marks indelibly upon our hearts. We worked our way up from the bars and opened shows for shooting stars as bands of brothers came and went and songs became like sacraments. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, with the panoramic perspective that comes from making it to your 40s alive, songwriter turned therapist, Sara Beth Go, uses the healing magic of her therapeutic songwriter's pen throughout every hook and chorus. A truth that was most recently heard on Tim McGraw's Hurt People, a quiet anthem penned by Sara Beth alongside legendary Nashville songwriter Tom Douglas. Please welcome Sara Beth Go.
Thank you. And John and I rode over from the airport together, so I have a special affection for him. Give it up for the MC is like the worst job, and he's doing really good. It's not easy. So this place is wild. From Sparkle Joe. Do y'all know Sparkle Joe? Okay. Well, don't look at him. Look at me for the sec, because he's so distracting. He's so good. Did y'all see the stars last night? Anybody see the moving stars? There was 23. And we went like this to cut while Iris is like serenading us. And I was like, this is either the most magical place on earth or we are all about to die. It was satellites, 23 satellites. So this first song, early on in my songwriting career, I made the rookie decision of deciding to give songs to my family for Christmas instead of actually buying them presents. And so around November, I'm like, I need to start, because I have 5 family members, 2 brothers, a sister, and parents. And I wrote everybody's song but my dad's, and then I got to my dad's. And I was like, okay, I gotta get this. It was like December 24th. Like, okay, let's get this done. And I got half of it done. And on Christmas morning, I gave him a half song, a piece of paper, and he was like, oh, thanks. I'm like, I'm gonna finish it, Dad, sorry. And so I thought to myself, I've lost Christmas that year. That year mine were the worst presents. But during the year, I'm from New Orleans. I was born and raised there. And so we sit on this place called The Fly, where tugboats will kind of push barges around, and I was looking at the tugboat and thinking, okay, I would like to honor my dad with a song. And he reminded me of this tugboat, pushing these big things, keeping steady. So this is Tugboat. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. It's toony, huh? Pitchy. Sorry, let me do this really fast. I don't have any funny jokes. You can turn to the person next to you and say, "You look nice today." Do it. Yeah. Tell them you smell nice too. Yeah. Feels good, right? Oh, 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 oh. It's taken me a long time to write a song about you, but as I sat there by the river, I got it. The old Mississippi, moving slow and mighty, giving life to everything in and around it. And I know I've broken your heart a couple thousand times. It's gotta be a hard job. You're a tugboat in the water, I'm a kite in the sky. You have mapped your destinations, I just fly. You're not afraid of storm or trouble, I watch you from above, and you teach me how to be steady. Oh, 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 oh. I love the old stories at the dinner table about when you were just a boy and so rebellious. We ask you to tell them again and again. Then we laugh until we cry, and it is good for us. And I know I've broken your heart a couple thousand times. It's gotta be a hard job. You're a tugboat in the water, I'm a kite in the sky. You have mapped your destinations, I just fly, fly, fly. You're not afraid of storm or trouble, I watch you from above, and you teach me how to be steady. When you held my hand 10 years ago, 'cause I was scared, and you told me it would be okay, 'cause you were there. And I love how much you love your crazy family. When we sit together, I pray that we'll one day be me. You're a tugboat in the water, I'm a kite in the sky. You have mapped your destinations, I just fly. You're not afraid of storm or trouble, I watch you from above, and you teach me how to be steady. Oh, 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 Thank you. So, a question that I have, I know there are the judges, and then I will randomly see people with like pieces of paper. I saw someone there just went, secret judges. Is that what it is? And is there I asked my husband, who's an amazing songwriter, Nathan Kay, he's holding the camera back there. Yay. And I asked my husband, is there like a secret gambling system happening here? Oh, this one's going to win. Oh, this one's not going to get in the 6, you know? So I was kind of trying to peek at who y'all thought. I saw one who was all 10s. I was like, whoa. I like that. I like how intently listening you guys are in Nashville. It's like, it can be more uncomfortable to have people listening than it is to, you know, I'm like, can y'all talk? So this song is, I'm going to make a terrible pun based on something I read in Kerrville's magazine. But this song is about the C word. But not that C word, you perverts. Perverts. Okay, you got it. It's actually the worse and dirtier C word, which I think is cancer. And I love that music gives us the opportunity to process things that don't have solutions. And that's where this song comes from. My friend was 38 when she found out she had stage 3 colon cancer. It moved to stage 4, but she's functioning well and healthy and worked really hard and went through chemo. And this was just a way to process through it as a friend who didn't know what to say.
I was supposed to visit the next Saturday. You sent me a text, said to call. Everything wasn't okay. But I kept the ticket in case the doctors were wrong. They're only human, after all. Grandmother brought you to the old Baptist church. We were both 9 in 3rd grade when we met at first. We found ourselves as we found each other, laughing and awkward through it all. Sitting alone in a chair, maybe you'll lose your beautiful with a needle in your chest and the chemo flowing. I wanna be a respite from all your desperate confusion. Maybe we can figure out something without a solution. Long video of childhood memories. I sent in a text hoping you'd laugh after the first surgery. I want you to know that I'd do anything, but I'm only human after all. Sitting alone in a chair, maybe you'll lose your beautiful hair with a needle in your chest and the chemo flowing. I wanna be a respite from all your desperate confusion. Maybe we can figure out something without a solution. Maybe we can figure out something without a solution. Maybe we can figure out without something without.
Sara Beth Go. Sometimes drunk and out of tune, we howled our. Sometimes drunk and out of tune, we howled half crazy at the moon.
This is kind of nice right here.
Changes clearing us of crimes that we'd commit with ragged rhymes. We stood with heroes on the stage and sang for those kept in a cage and others that this world disdained, as through the long years we remained kindred spirits, bound together sometimes by a strap of leather, roads we shared and deeper things that drew and dared our souls to sing. Yeah, I'd make my stands with it slung across my back when we were young. Now we're both longer in the tooth, still out here trying to tell the truth. With shield and buckler raised against this world's bemused indifference to errant knights who'd rather fail than yield the quest to seek the grail. All right. Blossom Drearie by Brandon Whyte is from Beech Grove, Indiana. I'm not using that language properly, I suppose, but Brandon Whyte's voice. So this is Blossom Drearie by Brandon Whyte. Okay, I got you. Carol Banks Weber of FestivalPeak.com says Brandon Whyte's voice is a marvel, plain spoken, gritty, melodically rich, and romantic as hell. What moviegoers would call full of character. He's everything an anti-hero calls for. Would you welcome Blossom Drearie by Brandon Whyte.
There's nothing going right, ain't nothing going wrong. Nothing doing in this town. Guess I'll just move along. But for 16 hours and a day, well, I ain't slept none. I ain't thinking straight. Been self-medicated, playing doctor and patient, saying, buddy, it's a bad one, better double down on your dose. You smoke 'em if you got 'em, drink your bottles to the bottom. You swallow 'em or crush 'em, take 'em all up your nose. And I'm tired of catching hell for deeds I've not done. Oh, I've been begging like a dog for you, honey. Cat must have got your tongue. 'Cause when it's raining, it's pouring. When it's pouring, it'll flood. You'll find me waiting in the water, drowning in the mud, just self-medicated, playing doctor and patient, saying, buddy, it's a bad one, better double down on your dose. You smoke 'em if you got 'em, you drink your bottles to the bottom, you swallow 'em or crush 'em, take 'em all up your nose. 'Cause trains don't stop, they when the walls of the world threaten to fall. That's when you'll call, say, babe, we're gonna ball and be self-medicated, playing doctor and patient. You'll say, baby, it's a bad one, better double down on your dose. You smoke 'em if you got 'em, drink your bottles to the bottom. You swallow 'em or crush 'em, take 'em all up your nose. You swallow 'em or crush 'em, take 'em all up your nose. Hey, thank you very much. I'm not a very verbose person typically, so I don't have a lot to say about these songs, really. I hope that they can speak for themselves. But I am a big proponent of drugs. But that song I just played is not indicative of the fact I'm a big proponent of drugs. It's telling a different type of story. But I was curious, who of you out there are familiar with this yet? This movement with my hand I'm doing here, who knows what this is? Okay, if you don't know yet, there's this beautiful fella running around playing this super cool song who made me feel really good last night when he played it. I think the song may be called Duck Knuckle. Yes, Vivid. I don't know if he's out there or not, but you guys stay tuned and try to find that fella running around and have him play you that song. It's a beautiful tune. And I've wanted to do this for such a long time. I'm so grateful and thankful to be here. And thank you guys for being so attentive and a beautiful crowd, and to everybody I've met. And a special thank you to, what's his name? Over at Armadillo Camp. It gave me some beautiful gumbo last night. What is it? Papa Stone. Oh, Papa Stone. Is anybody privy to the story of Sisyphus? You familiar with that poor bastard? Burdened with rolling that stone up to the top of the hill, only to find it fall down on him every time. If that ain't the perfect analogy for living, I don't know what is. You got to roll that rock to the top of the hill now. If you don't do it, then nobody else will. Treasure awaits you at the top of the mount. Well, if you don't hop to it, you may never find out. Got to heave ho till it hurts. And work hard. Yeah, you got to heave ho till it hurts. Keep moving along. Good things are coming now, it won't be long. Left foot, right foot, your foot, my foot. No thinking for yourself, boy, you best stay put. You got to heave ho till it hurts. Work hard. Yeah, you got to heave ho till it hurts. Work hard. just how sick I am. But anything for dear sweet old Uncle Sam. You darn his pockets, but still there's a hole. Well, if money don't fill it, won't you give him your soul? If money don't fill it, won't you give him your soul? If money don't fill it, won't you give him your soul? If money don't fill it, won't you give him your heave-ho till it hurts. Work. Yeah, you got to heave-ho till it hurts. Work. Yeah, you got to heave-ho till it hurts. Nine to five, 5 to 1, 1 to 9. It's all together now. 9 to 5, 5 to 1, 1 to 9. It's all together now. 9 to 5, 5 to 1, 1 to 9. It's all together now. 9 to 5, 5 to 1, 1 to 9. Thank you, guys.
Blossom Drearie by Brandon Whyte. All right. Well, thank you for indulging me as I share some of these new lines. It was on my heart to speak them ever since I saw Ray Wiley Hubbard last night. Yeah, we've been cheered and we've been booed, but mostly I feel gratitude unbound by fame and fortune's myth. For friends the highways blessed me with. Kindred spirits bound together, sometimes never knowing whether roads we shared or deeper things drew and dared our souls to sing. In Nazareth they did produce from rosewood and from Sitka spruce, a friend of mine who like me seemed both fool and brave enough to dream. So you guys digging this? Are you guys having a great afternoon? I know I am. I'm so honored to have been included in being part of this event. Just, you know, I wanted to thank Deb Rouse for bringing me back. It's been a long time since I got to be here at Kerrville, and I've had a blast. I have tried to say this gentleman's name twice, and I've done it wrong twice. So, Mike Dieth. Did I get it right? All right. Mike's part of the harmonica workshop, and I thought 3 times might be the charm. So I apologize for fumbling it so many times, Mike. All right. I did get more jokes on my phone. I don't think you want to hear them. Let's see here. What do you call a beautiful woman on a banjo player's arm? That's right. A tattoo. All right, so we're going to be gathering after the second act tonight on the main stage to announce our, using the Rock and Roll Bunny sign, our winners tonight. And I don't envy our judges. Please give these folks a hand. It's really amazing and difficult work. Mary, Susan, Vance, Drew, God bless you. Thank you. Okay. Tai Shan is a Nashville Americana songwriter whose music has been featured in Billboard magazine, American Songwriter, Americana UK, and on NPR. Tai has toured the United States, Mexico, and Canada, sung for Pope John Paul II, performed for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and has performed at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. Please say hello to Tai Shan.
Hi, guys. So wonderful to be here. I'm from Nashville, and I want to start with a song that's hard for me to sing. 4 years ago, my friend Linda Waterfall, who was a songwriter, oh, wonderful, you guys know her. She was amazing. A few years ago, she walked in to an ER with her husband, Bob. And 4 hours later, she walked out alone. He had died in the ER, and she thought he had just a cold. So I'd like to dedicate this to Linda Waterfall.
I'm not ready to talk. They say sorry for your loss. They keep asking how'd it happen. I'm not ready to be open. It's a whirlwind since your last breath. I keep spinning around trying to catch it. I hear your voice every second. I can't help but wonder what if heaven had waited. You would be here with me if angels were sleeping. If St. Peter lost his keys. If you can hear me, I know that you'd agree. No moment left wasted if heaven had waited. In a heartbeat, I quit this job, take the road trip that we planned on. We go dancing in that one place and laugh like we did in the old days. Use our savings on an RV, spend each sunrise to sunset beside me. No regrets, no excuses, just thankful to know the truth is if heaven had waited, you would be here with me if angels were sleeping, if St. Peter lost his keys. If you can hear me, I know that you'd agree. No moment left wasted if heaven had waited. I know it's naive to think I'll get our future back. All I can do is talk this out to your photograph. If heaven had waited, you would be here with me. If angels were sleeping, if St. Peter lost his keys. Heaven had waited.
Thank you. I had a harrowing trip here, and I just want to say thank you to Lindsay, to Deb, to John, to Chris, everybody, Bruce that drove me here. Can we give him a round of applause? It's amazing. I'm new here. My name's Tai Shan. I'm named after a mountain in China, so blame my parents for the weird spelling and, in my name. I travel around normally in a 13-foot trailer called a Scamp. Anybody know what that is? And I have done 60,000 miles on that thing so far. I've gone all the way from Seattle, I live in Nashville, Seattle to Florida, all the way to Cabo San Lucas and back. And I am so thankful for well, you guys know, when you travel, there's a kindness and there's a wonder that you can't explain to anybody else. And you came here, like we're all part of this, and we're all travelers, and we all move through, and we show our generosity, and we show our kindness. I'd like to play a song about that travel. Thank you for being here, and please come talk to me. I'm new here, so you can tell me all your stories, and I'm an open book. They told me nothing like a home of your own, putting down those roots so deep, same day again and again. I don't need to spend another year of my life or 2 weeks in Florida when I can't sleep every night where I belong. I carve the curves and lines along and of the road, the highway signs don't tell me where I'm going, they tell me where I am. The road is like a river coursing through my vein. I drink it like a glass of summer rain, intoxicating, evergreen. I'm drunk on wheels and gasoline. There's something sweet about waking up in the forest with the morning dove singing to me through the dawn. I don't need to spend another week of my life or 2 weeks in Florida when I can't sleep every night where I belong. I carve the curves and lines along and of the road, the highway signs don't tell me where I'm going, they tell me where I am. The road is like a river coursing through my vein. I drink it like a glass of summer rain, intoxicating, evergreen. I'm drunk on wheels and gasoline. Oh, 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 oh. I've seen a ghost herd kicking up the dust. Northern lights cross the great divide, close enough for this traveling girl to touch, to touch, to touch. I've carved the curves and lines along and of the road, the highway signs don't tell me where I'm going, they tell me where I am. The road is like a river coursing through my vein. I drink it like a glass of summer rain, intoxicating, evergreen. I'm drunk on wheels. Yes, I'm drunk on wheels. Yes, I'm drunk on all of my wheels and gasoline. Thanks so much for having me, you guys. My name is Tai Shan.
Tai Shan, everybody. So let's hear it for Elise Leavy, John Dennis, Geneviève Racette, Robin Bienemann, Stephanie Sammons, Alex Wong, Katie Dahl, Aaron Nathans, Sara Beth Go, Blossom Drearie by Brandon Whyte, and Tai Shan. All right, judges, do your stuff. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.